Baltimore when the Baltimore coach was there, and then they got shipped to Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. And then the Browns just replaced the Baltimore team. Now they become the Ravens. So, like, the owners always have that threat because they own the team.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a phone call away to, like, let me get your old stadium, or let me pull some strings. I'm going to move to your old city you used to be at.
And that's why you can't get caught up as, a fan, like, it's just a sport. Mm-hmm. It's just a game. It's not a God. It's not nothing to worship. You know what I'm saying? It's not your higher power. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's an escape. But we tied our identity to our teams, our self-worth. Mm-hmm. And I've never been like that. Like, I had no problem letting people know, yeah, I'm Browns, I'm from Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Like, I take pride in where I come from.
That's just an expression to let them know in a simple term, I love where I come from and I love me.
But in this world, it's quick to put smut on people's name, and you know what I'm saying, or on an organization. But we can't say much because the proof is putting, like, we be taking L's, man. The football team been trash. It just is what it is. Just continuing partnerships of organization and high name coaches.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a part of the show we missed. The list had big names on it, and it just became funny to me how, like, even these coaches, you're losing your job because of some reason, but it was someone there that were, like, arrogant. Like, I know I'm going to get picked up somewhere else and all that. Like, it's crazy how a player that's on the field is always worried somebody's going to take their spot. Yeah. But these coaches move in a way that's like,
it's all boy network.
Y'all going to call me. Y'all, and then the announcers, even before the season over, they'll be calling him. How you saying that he's still a coach of the team?
It's all boy network.
It's
all boy network.
You get a job within 3 days of going home.
I'm going to be honest. I don't look at age. Are you a good coach? Do you have the resume where it shows, hey, no matter what you're coaching, you're a teacher, you're a developer. People have great things to say about you. You know what I'm saying? That your resume should speak. And then there should be room for the new blood to come in. Like, I don't like this recycling of the same coaches.
Yeah, you said
like that. There's no way you get fired and then you're able to
immediately.
Not don't get it twisted. That's just how the game goes. That's called fair market. Everybody's available to go after that job. Mm-hmm. All right. So I think for our people, our copper colored people, we've been taught from day one. We had to compete harder. We had to excel in everything we do. Mm-hmm. Like, we have to be the best just to be considered average. You dig what I'm saying? So to see these young guys possibly get discouraged. See, that's the thing that I look at. How many of these young brothers is discouraged because they're not getting the opportunity? Mm-hmm. They're doing everything right. And they're just being told behind closed doors, keep doing what you're doing. Your time's going to come. So I look at Todd Monken. He's well deserving of the job. Mm-hmm. Even though I said what I said about our people not getting opportunity, I feel he's well deserving because he has the resume.
Can you give a brief little?
He wants to coach
Shedeur. Can you give a brief little?
What about Todd Monken?
Yeah.
The little bit that I do know about him, he was a quarterback, Division III school. Of course, you hear that in this press conference. Mm-hmm. And tell that. But as far as his coaching that I've seen, I knew about him from his time, of course, with Baltimore and his time when he was at Georgia. And he won wherever he's won. And the thing that I like about him, he is not attached to one side, which I've talked about.
Yeah.
Being able to adjust to the talent that you have is one of the greatest aspects. I've been on coaching staff that believe in their system. There's nothing wrong with having a system. It means you're organized, you have a vision, you know where you want to go. But guess what? Can you shift when need to?
And his story probably has always been, if you was to interview,
just constantly proving himself, and he probably
ready.
He had greater insight. Another thing, he's true to who he is. That's who he is. He adjusts. He don't make excuses. He don't say it's my way or no. It's a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a team and an organization, it takes every single individual in that organization for that team and that organization to win. I'm talking about from the ticket stand to the bathroom attendant, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's based on what? Synergy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how things are turned around.
Because if the lady at the ticket booth has an attitude, but she's the manager of the whole ticket booth, all her employees are going to think they can have attitudes. And then ticket sales are going to go down.
Well,
you know, it's like trickle down effect.
It's trickle down, and it's also about representation, leadership. You've been put in a role, you should be giving your very best in whatever that role is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's the standard. That's what it is. And that's where winning comes from, is a standard. You don't accept losing.
So the reports that our defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, would, and I did a little brief in between week reel. A lot of people was watching that just to get a little something, but I was saying, man, once you see Jim Schwartz trying to go on interviews and the interviews they're for head coaching jobs, even if he didn't get it or whatever, it was just a simple fact: lock down home first.
Well, you want to know something? I feel like the Browns was playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, he didn't get the job. Did you hear any teams trying to set up an interview with him?
Except for the Ravens. So, they called his bluff.
And what happened with that?
That's what I'm saying. I ain't hear him getting anything. Yeah.
So the league. So for one,
I wonder what that was about.
For one, you express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Human nature is human nature. I fault no man how they express themselves, because we all individuals. But there's certain ways you go about it. So he made a public declaration and expression of his unhappiness, right? But in doing that, you possibly could have closed on a relationship that has already been. You might not like that they didn't pick you,
mm-hmm.
but they still respected you enough to give you that. And once you did that, you just knew in your mind your availability will be warranted and granted. And what did the league say? Because you got to remember, most of these coaches, they are attached to a coaching tree.
Mm-hmm.
He's off the Belichick tree, all right? And he don't even got a good relationship with Belichick no more. Because when he got his first head coaching job, kind of let it be known, like, I'm out of this stuff. Like,
mm-hmm.
He let it be known he didn't like his Belichick style. Like, one thing about Belichick, you didn't have to like him, just do your job and keep it in house. He preached that. He preached that his whole coaching career.
So yeah, like when he did that, he kind of like had to
separated
his
himself.
own roots.
He was out here on the island by himself.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So you're not liked by the league because you come from the Belichick tree. That's one thing about me.
He ain't gonna help you. He ain't gonna send you no supplies.
So, don't bite the hand they feed you, as they say. And you shown twice, just now recently.
So what do you think gonna happen with him?
He's coming. I'm gonna be honest. Unless he's tired of coaching, you feel like he's done everything they would do, he's either gonna retire or come back. And why wouldn't you come back?
Or do you think he would go accept the coach?
But first of all,
at a different team.
First of all, you better hope you still got a job.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Because this is a new head coach. He might feel like, because he even put his name, like, I didn't, much respect to him.
I ain't chat with him.
But no, he was like, I didn't come here for him. I came here for Myles Garrett.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
I came here for what's old boy Ward, Denzel Ward.
They had reports out there that when a coach would come, certain coaches they would say Schwartz is going to remain the defensive.
That's
head.
what the Browns wanted,
and they were telling that to
they
coaches.
They were saying, hey, one of the stipulations, Coach Schwartz has to remain defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So obviously, Todd Monken is showing like, I have no problem
rock with it, or I won't. I'm ready with a plan B.
And this is another thing, it got out there, of course, the media, local and national, was trying to create this now. Like, we got this narrative, and it's low hanging fruit,
mm-hmm.
because all we can do is go off of what the organization has shown, and it's shown somewhat dysfunction and elites You know what I'm saying? But there's no more leaks. That's one thing I think why these be so many of these crazy narratives. That's one thing Andrew Berry did. They closed up the leaks. There's no more of this buffoonery. People knowing what they're gonna do and who they're gonna draft and blah blah blah. But you know, Todd Monken was one of the people that was on Freddie Kitchen's staff that was going around talking to other coaches when they would play teams about how dysfunctional it was. Mm-hmm. Talking about his relationship with Freddie Kitchens. And that didn't come out till after they got fired.
Okay.
But there was a report during the season. Yeah, there's coaches out here bad mouthing. So
he's been here before?
Yes, he was
okay. Before. Okay. That's on that name sounds familiar.
And that's why a lot of these people don't like the hire of him.
Okay.
But you can't deny what he's done as a coach.
Who would you have wanted to see? I mean, now that it's said and done.
After it's been done?
Yeah, like that's why I was like, people they got all these days to talk about
so
the same
the organization story. Believes in Shedeur like they shown. Because remember, what did I say was going to happen? I said, people forget who Andrew Berry is. He's the general manager. Mm-hmm. He's Kevin Stefanski's boss.
Right.
But we said Kevin Stefanski
had to wait and see
had the owner's ear.
Yeah.
But we said, we're going to let everything play out. I said, I think they just allowed him to create what? A paper trail.
Okay.
And he did. He showed his hand very early that he wasn't being a good head coach.
Yeah.
He wasn't like what he did was show total in that he was in that.
And I think we had I put it in the type insubordination.
Insubordinate, like he was followable. Yeah. Like we were commenting like, okay, yeah, they want Shedeur. This I said, and Andrew Berry's his choice was Shedeur.
Mm-hmm.
And what they've gone out and done is shown, yeah, this is our guy. But Todd Monken said he hasn't proven anything yet. He still has to prove his worth and that he's worthy. But they are putting everything in position
for him to have a true
whoever the quarterback is. Because he said, I didn't just come here for Shedeur. I came for all the talent here. Mm-hmm. He said, my job is to develop. And that was another thing I love. Like, think about it. This is how you know it's a great, well-coached team. Is when they got players that go out and perform and create another more interest in their abilities. Mm-hmm. Meaning, when it's come time for them to do the re-up on their contract, whether it's through free agency or the team wants to give them that market value
they're
contract.
Wanted. Yeah.
But they've been developed. For you to do that, you have to be developed.
And to that narrative.
And I'm just saying that's on the average player, because most players that get drafted pretty high, they already have the skill set. It's just a little tweaking here, there, and learning the professional game coming out of college.
To that narrative, and I hope it could trickle to basketball, which we'll get back to, but when the team has a drafted player, I would say, that you brought in, we picked him. This is our guy. You want year after year for about 2 to 3 years. They say he's getting better. He's getting stronger. He's wise now. He's adjusting to the league. He's entering into that early veteran stage where he's going to start mentoring somebody soon within the next 2 years. We have no plans of getting rid of him, right? You saying that's what you like. A team that takes interest even in their home ones they bring in.
The great organizations that I was blessed to watch from the Steelers' dominance, like that was turned around through draft and player development, player personnel. It was a brother that built that dynasty. I forget his name; it's off my mind right now, but he was their number one scout. He was the one that was down in the HBCUs finding these hidden gems. And they developed them, and they stayed their whole career.
And when he went down there and showed interest, what was he probably saying? Like, I represent this team, but I want you to just be a great player and make it to that whole thing.
No, what it was they were a losing organization, and they were trying to turn the culture around, and started with Mean Joe Green. You could go to the Giants. Same thing with the Giants. They had a good nucleus of players, but what took them over the top was their draft and development. See,
no, what I'm getting at is like they're not when before they do that handshake, like I like y'all. Even through free agency, like I'm rocking with y'all. More than likely that conversation, the people that's in that room that flew to his house and spoke with his family, we want to just see you be great,
see,
right? Ain't that what they telling college
back
kids?
Back during that time wasn't none of that. Now that's happening now. That's what you see now. Mm-hmm. But back then, you got drafted, you went to where you went. There wasn't no communication.
Let's rock and roll.
There wasn't no communication.
Yeah, I'm just saying what I was getting to was I don't like the narrative that people paint like a team doesn't like watching their stars grow, right? Because
I've never heard that.
Yeah, because
that's a loser.
Exactly.
You're not going to win.
Exactly. So when it comes time to a trade or just a parting of ways, they'll say the team flushed them.
Oh, you're talking about giving up on?
Mm-hmm.
But that's about the lack of development. It has nothing to do with, listen.
Like register, like those people, like the old saying, "Steel sharpens steel."
Yes.
And yeah, the story being told 20, 30, 40 years later, this sword is in the monument. Mm-hmm. That's the only one they found, right? Mm-hmm. But they say this battle was the largest battle ever in history. Mm-hmm. But this sword is the one that people walk to and look at in a case. Mm-hmm. But that sharpened steel went against some dogs. And clearly for it to be found, the person that was wielding it lost to somebody else. But they'll make that one look like it's the most
somebody
superior.
Somebody greater in the moment.
In the moment.
In the moment. It's just
that's the best sword. You see it. There's no marks on it, but for that sword to be in this museum, it fell. Yeah. And it's just the old, like, you might not, a lot of people might not see their roses, but like say if you talk to a group of people and be like, yeah, I played against whoever that person is for you, who would it be?
It's a lot of them, bro.
That you're proud of. I know. I'm just saying that first one. It's a lot. I know.
Okay, so
first one. If you was doing like a little right off the dome, the most proud that you played against.
So football came easy, but my first moment of I felt like I belonged. Because that's what you're basically asking.
Yeah. And a lot of people get that when they get uninvited to them camps.
Was my sophomore year. I got put in. I got my varsity letter as a sophomore, but I was splitting time, JV varsity. So we playing against you. This is Robert Smith's senior year, and I'm playing DN at the time. I only had like 158 pounds. Dog, I'm light in the ass, my nigga.
So
but I'm the same height.
If you could, real quick, just real quick. What's that? D-E-D-N.
Defensive end.
Like
on the line of scrimmage.
Okay, and what do they do?
Pass rush. We control the line of scrimmage.
So do they stand or do they get down?
We're in the 3-point.
Okay.
We're in the 3-point. So I'm going against a tackle, offensive tackle.
Okay.
DN goes against.
Yeah, I was just trying to paint the picture for people.
No, I got you.
Because you said you was small.
Yeah, I'm slight now, but I have what they call that grown man strength. Mm-hmm. My grip, my reach,
hands.
I didn't look at myself as being small. I just loved playing football, and I had huge teammates on the varsity. Like they were my teammates.
I think what you're saying is important though, but because I hope a listener might think they're not good at something, but you might have strong hands.
It was my self-confidence. So when you go against somebody that's being touted as one of the top defensive linemen in the nation, not just in our state. His name was Mike Gall. He was 6'6", 260, 270. And I'm not trying to put smut on my dude's name. But back then, and it wasn't just our school, also, steroids was huge, bro. So that was one thing in the back of my head. I'm watching them. In the locker room, and then all of a sudden, because I remember what they looked like when I was a freshman, to now they. And man, y'all went hard.
And it's just something they don't want you to know.
But I didn't.
As parents, and they knew the time.
Well, this is another thing. it wasn't them, like their parents giving them the
They
bread.
had to.
It was acceptable. It was acceptable.
And it's like
it
back
was an
then,
edge. So for me,
I'm saying I'm just saying to the average listener, like, what era was this? So the 80s or 90s?
So when I got to high school, it was I graduated in 92. So the beginning of that school, my freshman year is 88.
Okay.
So 88, 89, my ninth grade.
So he letting y'all know, like, parents was possibly
they were doing that to give their kid an advantage, to get that free education, to get to the next level. So the point I was making, going against them in the summer during 2 days, and we they used to call this the shoot. It's like 4 slots, and it teaches you to get low, whether you are a offensive lineman, tight end, getting in the 3-point, and then the defensive line on the opposite side. And I would go against them, and there was a lot of times he couldn't move me. This is somebody that's 6'6", 270, bitching like 400. I wasn't even in the weights like that. It was just about what was inside of me. And this ain't no, like, I'm not telling no fairy tale, like I wasn't
Samson or something.
But I wasn't no easy win.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you did.
But I think people know who that kid in the neighborhood is. Like, man, what?
Even if
that little dude?
Even if you did move me, I had enough awareness, and this is, I give credit to all my old heads. That, but also playing street ball.
Mm-hmm.
I give credit to all my older dudes ahead of me in my neighborhood that did take the time to pick me and tell me little things and let me know when I was doing something well. So it just forced me to feed my mind more. That's why we used to watch the old school film. Like, we didn't have the technology, so you had to have an imagination. Whatever you saw, you went and imitated.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you get to organize, and I got people that I know and grew to come into my life that came from Cleveland, like, yeah, I played people. I'm like, yeah, they're straight street ball. Mm-hmm. We ain't have to organize. So organizing come into my life to junior high.
Yeah.
But back to, just going through that, I felt like, okay, I'm doing this against them. When I get in the game, and there's no fear. Or, that's why you go hard in practice to see what you're made of. So if you build any type of confidence, now you're just waiting to be seen or be picked to get your moment. But when you step on that field, the first thing coming in your head, man, I got to do something. Not outside of the frame like you're about to make it about you, but I got to do my job. And if the play do come to me, got to make the play. So back to Robert Smith, they try to do a sweep to my end. I'm playing strong side in, and I got tackles for loss, 2 plays in a row. Even hopped up, had a good hit. Next play, they act like they was coming sweep. He did a counter at the middle, gone. This man in the first half ran for like 330-some yards. One of the great, it was embarrassing, but it was lightweight. Oh, he's different.
Okay.
This is different. Because he's the same height as me, but he was a legit 190, 200 in high school. Like, he was a grown man in high school, dog. And the stories about his workouts is legendary. Used to throw the ball 50, 60 yards.
And what school did you say? I want the people to go check him out.
Robert Smith went to Euclid. I played against Pepe Pearson. Shout out to Pepe. See, when I played, there wasn't that old.
And that name didn't ring until you said.
Okay.
So I want people to go check him out.
Euclid had a stretch of years of great running backs. They had a good stretch. Rashad Jernigan, we used to call him Banana Man. Like, Euclid was our rival, man. Didn't really care. I got my ribs broke. Senior year, didn't miss a game. But see, that's another thing. We played with injuries. Know why? Because we knew our teammate on the sideline
was hungry
to sit there. If you
just from practice, only you know that.
Hold up. Say if you took a I can hear their names being called. When I got a real straight,
I can
hear their name being, and I'm like, no. After seeing everything that transpired with what happened with the season with Shedeur and us kind of observing and watching it and, communicating about different things that we seeing, what is your what do you think of the hire, and also how Shedeur has handled himself, and do you think he is the one? Do you think we have a franchise quarterback in Shedeur?
Yeah, well, looking forward, that's why I was so interested and will be invested in. I've already tried to get some plays in order to secure those practice seats. So I'm in Berea all the time. I have a partnership out there. So I'm out there almost. I'm gonna be out there every other morning anyway. We're gonna go to the game. I'm gonna film. I want to show people like this is his pretty much his rookie year. Yeah, I believe in his ability because he came in when the spotlight was given to him, and he did everything he had to do, every play to keep his job. So starting there, he kept his job for the rest of the year once he had it. I never saw him badmouth his teammate. He might have been smug to the reporters, the other people, but in playing around. But what else can you do when you need backup? You playing around, you waiting for your opportunity, you getting antsy. Y'all want him to say certain things, he's not doing it, so he's showing I'm my own man already out the gate. I'm not gonna play tap dance to what y'all want me to say for some clicks. It was rumors coming out. He was always there first, last to leave, studying. He know the plays. Whether or not there was a miscommunication with the linemen knowing the play, but it looked like he was always prepared. Or sabotage, like we spoke about. It's not about them not knowing the play. They professionals too, but just pure sabotage. That's why it looked like somebody not on the same page. But yeah, he just stuck it out, and he showed everything that they were saying behind as a narrative without him being able to get on the field. All of the narratives he went out and showed that's not true. Like, he's not crafty or shifty or athletic or fast or this. He was doing all that during the small window he had. So I think he did plenty enough to move into the next season without that looking over your shoulder. And they hired a coach fairly fast. Like, didn't beat around the bush. They got the coach in. I don't know if he has the respect that they would put him on a text thread and say, we hiring Coach Monken. Do you give a dang or don't?
Listen, it's a lot of things that go on closed doors. But go ahead.
So all he might have sent back was a thumbs up, and stayed out of business is business. Y'all the business. I'm the player, and put him a thumbs up. I'm gonna work with whatever coach y'all can send me. He don't know what's gonna happen with his defense, but it seemed like he had a rapport with the defense and the offense. And a lot of players don't have that. When he come off the field, you see the lead defensive player tap him on the head. We together. Let's ride this game. Last game of the season, let's do this. We ain't quitting. I don't care what our record is. That's how both of them, him and Garrett, seem to me like. He walking on the sideline. It's not just going to sit with the offense. It's like we a team. And they can move that moving forward. So I think he got the locker room behind him. He get a chance to start fresh. I don't know too much about the coach, but you spoke of it earlier, his resume. So without having all those distractions, I think we're in a better position.
Well, I mean, I just want to hear your perspective on how you see the Browns moving forward. I kind of basically said this was chess that was being played out, and Andrew Berry recognized that Kevin Stefanski was willing to sacrifice the season, to make his point or whatever he was calling himself doing this season. Because I said, if this isn't about winning, then this is insubordinate. He needs to be gone. And you're putting these young men lives at risk, because this isn't the game to play with when it comes to seasons and games. Like, every year
vital
is vital. It's about winning. It's about that trophy, and you know.
And we discussed. I don't know if it was off camera, but you insubordinate, and you doing all these risk factors with a team. You are in charge of what goes on for a multi-billion-dollar team, essentially, and these families and these people. If you're that person, how we want to speak on it because the league would just let it sweep under the rug. You get a new job in 3 days, and nobody's going to talk about what character you portrayed.
Basically,
that's your new character now until you show something
basically,
different.
where's the accountability?
No accountability. Yeah. He's at a new team that was there. This is now no. That's his stain to wear until he shows something different.
And this is that.
And how could you show something?
I don't want to say whether he's a good guy, bad guy.
Yeah. I'm just saying as far as coaching.
But understand one thing: all eyeballs is on him now, and the fact that you visibly showed your disdain to this young man.
What's that saying to the next young man, Penix, that you going down there to coach?
They already said Matt Ryan, which I don't see how he got his qualification, get the role he got, but whatever.
And that's why they said it sounded like a new position nobody ever had before.
I already told Penix, they don't know where, they're not committing to him. They're non-committal.
And as far as his role. I think we as podcasters.
I wouldn't call it that, bro. We just family out here talking.
Yeah, we're just getting into space, but people that do this, we can stay on them. It's just chatting because
I believe everything is visible to everybody.
How can a guy like that say we ain't committed to you when he giving you his all? So when a player does it, and y'all putting it out there, and y'all letting it be okay. When a player does it, please don't.
And now
tarnish his reputation.
But you can also look at it like this:
did he do anything to deserve for somebody to say that?
It's only his second year, bro. That's it.
Like, why would he be told that?
Because the coach. Because the coach already came told him,
I don't like
it. So, like I said, all eyeballs is on Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to Shedeur.
I don't want you.
I will say this about the young man. He's accurate. He's a baller. We just want him to be more consistent. Cut out a lot of the mistakes. Granted, you were in a tough situation. There wasn't a lot of coaching and preparation going into investment into him. It showed, but he was still able to go out and persevere, and that's what you want your leader to do. No excuses. So right there, that shows me you a baller. That's the word are you a baller or not? Plain and simple. However you get it.
I think this team left itself in a good position, even though the record didn't show. I think they left themselves in a good position with the talent they brought in and are developing. They can focus on that line. They can focus on that line because they don't need to go get anything major.
Listen to me. I think everything's pointing in all the right. Let's just sit back. Let's not say what they need to do and this is this. Let's just sit back and watch. Another thing, shout out to Garrett Bush. I'll be peeping him out. Listen to his takes. He been on Shedeur just like we were early on, but I think what's so crazy, a lot of stuff that this young man is going through, like I said, is because of his father for one. Two, talking about this young man hasn't been errant. The thing I want to mention most, and why I'm speaking what I want to speak about. As soon as he got here, he immersed himself in the community. When nobody other quarterback on the team doing that.
Signed early. Signed first.
I'm just talking about not just this year. Any of the quarterbacks that have been here, I haven't seen not one quarterback immerse. They said what I've always said. I want to see, even with the Cavs, Kyrie probably the only one going down to the center schools because a lot of these people they got PR, so they usually send them to the suburb schools. But no, this is the city of Cleveland. You're supposed to be, and that's why I said, do people understand who the true fans are of the city? You know what I'm saying? That's why there's a lot of these talking heads where they think they're bigger than the program, and true self, their true selves come out.
Talking
You see the ignorance. You see the blatant racism. We just
Disrespect
call it.
of people.
But remember, I told you the city's always been like that. Dog. We've always had reports like that. This negative energy, this negative mentality, and that's the thing that can't break this young man. That's why when people want to be around you, oh, you got something special about you. And I always said, what? That young man's highly intelligent. He was an honor roll student in high school. He made the dean list when he was at Jackson State.
And then it's like,
but the first narrative they want to say, he's unintelligent.
Yeah,
Paint
3-4 years now, two championships under his. I'm saying 3 to 4 years from now, this is gonna be his first year alone. But I mean, you know, under getting everything he should have had.
Yeah.
How our cities people are.
Yeah,
that's in the major.
They're gonna keep moving the goalposts.
Right now,
they won't even let him get that.
They don't like.
They won't even let him get that many championships.
Yeah, they get him out of here. You too much of a star. They'll sabotage the team so he can't get two. But people that's not from Cleveland, that's how this team has operated. Like, oh, they dogging him in 2026, but in 2030, he's brought two. This scenario, not to jinx or put nothing on him. A guy like him brings two now, and that's the reality we live in. The city of Cleveland has 2 back-to-back championships. They're gonna be kissing his boots, and nobody's gonna hold these dudes to the fire. That man, you remember what you said back in the day? You spent 4 years talking about the opposite of what he was doing. How do you still have a job? That's Cleveland.
But you know what? That's the narrative that's out here now. They are being held accountable. That's the beauty of the internet. Everyday people that see the game, same game that they see, they might not have the connections.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I call it as a pocket, but we doing it on our own level.
I can create my own scenarios in my own head. What's going on? That's why we gotta be careful how we speak on things. When you're not in the locker room, we don't know. You don't want to be out here just putting smut on somebody's name. Make sure you're giving an honest opinion that has nothing to do with their lives or who they another person. We're just talking about. Yeah, I just wanted to
and a lot of people miss that coaching part. The owners,
Jimmy had listen. If you peep
they
game,
really not doing it.
Listen, if you peep game, when Deion came for the first game. Where was Deion at?
Press box.
He was in the owner's box.
Yeah, I'm not press box. It's box.
He was
I ain't know which one they call it. I thought they call them all press.
When I saw that, I said, "Oh yeah."
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I said, they just created a paper trail for Kevin Stefanski. Let him hang himself. Yeah, we might be sacrificing the season, but you gotta understand this is still a business. It's still about money. Jimmy Haslam is still paying for the other mistake, past failures at coaches and GMs.
Did you see his statement once the coach was gone? The statement he said, people need to understand, like he about his business, so
he about his bread.
He like, let's move on, y'all. So they got that
he even
stadium.
Let it be that's another thing. He also put the reporters on notice. Go back to press conference when they were introducing Todd Monken.
Okay, I ain't see it. That's what I was saying. I didn't watch.
Yeah, he kind of let the reporters.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, he kind of like, and that's shout out to Garrett Bush. He was first one. He's like, hey fellas, you need to stop being so tight because you got to remember who you work for.
That's why, like, he ain't get there for no reason. Like he's
so you know.
It's a hobby for him, what we spoke about. So once again, we appreciate y'all locking in. We are gonna plan to go to the Football Hall of Fame, Cooperstown Museum. Just trying to throw some trips in whenever we can. And like he said, pick up a few games before the season ends. And then when the tournament starts, we'll definitely try to lock in with that. We'll check y'all out. Peace.